Hi, my name is Danielle and this is CosmoThompsonPro. Welcome. So in today's video, I am going to be coloring a 613 wig in 30 inches from the brand Cougar Beauty. And this is basically a promotion on my TikTok, but over here it's free game. So straight out the package, I like the hair. I really like it. It's soft, it's not giving Barbie, and it's full. Like, they're not playing no games. And as I said, it is 30 inches. Obviously the frontal piece is not gonna be 30 inches, but overall the hair is nice. This is what it looks like on the inside, and they even give me baby hairs. So I am gonna keep majority of the 613 color. However, I'm using the Adore dyes, and this is in the color Pink Petal. Can you see that? And this is the color Sienna Brown. What I was thinking about doing is adding the Sienna Brown to the roots and then doing the 613 and the Pink Petal throughout the hair, which I think that's gonna be the style that I go with. So I hope you guys enjoy. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna say that again at the end of the video, but let's get into the coloring. Okay, so now I'm gonna start the process of putting the dye onto the hair. So I have my two bowls here and I have my two brushes. I am going to speed it up so you guys aren't obnoxiously bored, and yeah. Alright, so I'm done applying basically the base of the wig. So what I did was I went in and I added just a streak of pink right here. I don't know why, my heart's desire, so we went with it. Alright, and in the midst of doing that, I decided to add a skunk stripe because I wanted to switch it up a little bit. I didn't want it to just be so like uniformed or whatnot. So yeah, this is the hair and it is all covered, the roots and stuff. So what I'm going to do now is go in throughout the hair and I'm gonna add some pink highlights, and I'm gonna very sparsely add some brown in there. Okay guys, so it is the next day. Hold on, let me fix this camera. It is the next day and this is the hair. So this is the color that we have so far. You can't even see the potential of the color, but girl, it's giving Napoleon ice cream. I love it. It just looks really good. What I'm gonna do now is blow dry her out and straighten her and get her ready for install. You can see I've taken out my hair. Yeah, I'm gonna braid my hair down and we can get into the install portion of the video. So this is the wig just like put onto my head, and this is what it looks like overall. I just have everything over my ears and stuff. Hey guys, welcome to this segment where I put on my wig. So it's gonna be a long one because, you know, I usually speed up this part, but I am going to show you what I'm doing step by step, and I'm gonna speed up a little bit in between, but I'm still gonna show you what I'm doing step by step. So first off, what I do is I take my edge brush and I take my favorite edge control and I push my edges back. Just take my edge control. This is the Edge Effect edge control, and green is my favorite because it's my favorite color. So yeah. So I just push all of my edges back, and I want them baby smooth, so I just keep brushing until they're really smooth. Okay, so now that I have all my hair pushed back and I went ahead and moisturized my scalp, I am going to take my alcohol and a piece of paper towel, because paper towel doesn't have the linty stuff on it, and I'm gonna wipe off behind my ears like this and in front of my hairline. I try not to touch my hair as much as possible, that way I don't dry out my edges. So yeah, especially behind my ear where the wig is going to sit. So after that, I let that dry down a little. Then I take my stocking cap. This is a blonde stocking cap, and I just put it over my hair like that, and I cover my ears. Then I go ahead with my scissors and I cut behind my ear. I seen that on TikTok and I tried it and I liked it, so I cut behind my ear. All right, and then I go in the middle of my forehead like this because I like the way it just stretches out flat over my head. And yeah, I cut off the excess next to my ear like that. Cut off that excess piece. All right, then I go in with my Eben what is this, Eben adhesive spray, and I just do a layer across my hairline and forehead. So I just put that across like that, spread it out with my finger. So I go in with my blow dryer and I start on the sides of my ear first just to get those tabs down, and then I continue. Okay, so my ball cap is dry and I just cut the middle up towards the dry point, and then I cut the straps off of the side and then I tied it in the back like that. So now what I'm doing, I'm just clipping off the ball cap, and all I do is I just pull it back as close to my hairline as possible, and then I just trim that off. And that's that for the start of the bald cap. So after I do that, I get rid of all of these extra trimmings on top that I do not need. Just get rid of all of that. Clip off all the extra stuff. Now what I do is I take my contour shade that's darker than me, and I go in with a fluffy brush, and that is what I covered the cap in. So this is my contour shade. I go in with something darker on top. I don't know why it works, but it gives me the perfect scalp. So I just go in and I make sure that I cover that up really well to give me the bald effect. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, my bald cap. Now we're gonna get into placing the wig on my head. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the wig on to start the process. So I just put the wig on like this, and then I set it in place evenly, and I'm gonna pull my hairs back and I'm going to start cutting over my ears. I just feel where my ear is right here, and then I just go straight back over my ear, And I just need that amount, which is just enough. And I always double check and triple check just to make sure I'm not cutting off too much. So I just go a little bit under that and trim off what I need to trim off. All right, so I trimmed that much off and it's still too much over my ear. So now I can trust myself to go over my ear right here in the original spot where I parted it. All right, now I just pull my ear. Oh, sometimes when you still have it touching your ear, it's a little uncomfortable. So I just clip off that extra piece from behind right there. All right. And now the wig is very comfortable. Okay, so I have the ear tabs cut off and girl is already giving hair, okay? Pert. So what I'm gonna do is take the wig off and I'm gonna go in with my contour and highlight palette and I'm gonna go in very lightly on the inside of the wig. I'm just gonna color in the inside of the wig. I'll slip the wig back on here and yes ma'am, yes ma'am, that is what I'm talking about. All right, so I pull the wig back where it needs to be so it's not too far down on my hairline. So I'm gonna get this hair out of the way and then I'm gonna start gluing the hair down. So what I'm gonna use are my scissors and I'm gonna cut some tabs into the hair line, well, the lace, and cut them as close to the hairline as possible. And those are gonna be my guides for laying this wig down. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean my hair off, well, my hairline off again, just to make sure we get rid of those oils and debris, especially from the makeup. So I'm just gonna wipe that down again and you can see it removing all the makeup and stuff. Clean off those ears and then I'm just gonna grab this on my face right here. Yeah, let that dry down. So I am going to do like, I'll say like 2 layers of the glue. So I take my Eben active glue and I go ahead and I do a thin layer first, like they usually recommend on the bottle. So I do a thin line all the way across my hairline. So I spread that out. Make sure I spread that out evenly. Alright, spread that out evenly. And I just go ahead and let that dry down. So now that the first layer is dried down, I'm gonna go ahead and add a second layer, and this second layer is gonna be a lot thicker than the first. So I just go ahead and I put a good amount on there. Make sure you're cleaning off the tool that you're using with the to spread the glue before you spread it again. So I just wipe it off with the alcohol one more time, dry it off. All right, and then I just go ahead and I spread my glue with that again. So I let that dry down again. And then once that turns majority clear, I'm gonna go ahead and add 1 layer of the, oh, I can never find my things, the Eben spray. And then I'm gonna put the lace on there and comb it in with my comb and then dry my hairline. All right, so now that I've put my layer of sprayable adhesive, I'm gonna go ahead and put my lace on top of that. And then I'm just gonna start sticking the lace into the glue. Stick it in there. Stick it in there. And I keep doing that across the whole entire hairline that I just did. So after I do that, I just really quickly take a little bit of spritz, spray my hairline with it, and go in with my hot comb and put all those hairs back in the meanwhile. Ooh. All right, I go in with my elastic band and I elastic band my hairline. And since this one is kind of long, I do it quite a bit in front of the hairline, and then I go over that second half right here to melt that in that area as well. So I cover both areas with one band. And yeah, after that sets for a little bit, I'm gonna come back and show you the rest. Okay, so when I take off my band, I go ahead and I go in with my eyebrow razor and I get as close to the hairline as possible. And I go ahead and I start cutting off the lace. So I cut in an angle and I'm getting as close to the hairline as possible. So any hairline that didn't get cut off, it needs to go. I need to be touching the hair. I'm pretty sure that's hair right there. That's fine. She'll be okay. So yeah, I get as close to the hairline as possible right here. If it's glued down, I'm gonna lift it up. Yes, ma'am. And I'm gonna cut that off. There we go. Okay, so I have the hairline cut off and I'm just gonna go in and add glue on the back of my comb, well, on the tip of my comb, and fill in the spots that aren't laid all the way down. So I'll show you how I do that. I just take some glue on the back of my hand, take some glue on my little metal stick right here, and I go ahead and I lift up that lace, and I go ahead and I place the glue in that area right there, all up in that area. All right, so I just go over my whole hairline and do what I need to do, the final touch-ups in those areas with glue. And I basically just wait for that to dry down, to clear, and then I go ahead and stick them back in. Okay, so now we're working on getting the lace to match my skin. So I did 1/2 and 1/2. So this is the half before I add the makeup to it, and this is the half after I add the makeup to it. What I do again is I go back in with my contour shade, and I go in with my big fluffy brush, and I just dab it onto that fluffy brush so it's not too dark. And what I do is I go ahead and I dab that onto my hairline and push it into the lace. That way it starts to match the color of my skin. And boom, now my lace is matching my skin. And it doesn't have the cast. It's really nice. Okay, so after that, I push all of this back again, all the hair. And then this is when I start taking out my baby hairs. And I think I'm gonna do smaller baby hairs today. I don't know. Smaller baby hairs? Or should I go a little bit more up and take that much baby hair? Okay, I think right there is a bit more appropriate. Take my hot comb and I hot comb down with the back of the comb, because that's how you get the hair pressed, with the back of the comb. All right, take a little bit of spritz that area, push those hair back, push this hair more down. My sideburns, I just cut across like that, and that usually gives me the perfect sideburns when I just do a half a moon. All right, back up the flat iron, back up the hot comb, I mean. Now what I'm gonna do is take my adhesive spray, and I'm gonna go in between and on top of the lace all the way down, and that is going to melt that lace in and the color. So I just tap my finger over it, tap my finger over it all the way down. All right, then I take my band, put my band on. Okay, so now that I've taken that band off, I am gonna go in again with a little bit of makeup, tap that onto my brush, tap in between those baby hairs right here, just to make sure everything is in place. All right, and we're good to go. So what I do is I take some more alcohol on a paper towel, and I wipe off all that extra stuff to give it a clean base to work on. Now I'm gonna take my pencil flat iron, and I'm gonna take these baby hairs that I've created, and I'm gonna start cutting my little eyebrow razor, and I'm just gonna cut that. Yeah, so I just cut off my edges. Do some long sideburns today, I guess. All right. So I'm gonna take my edge brush, and I'm gonna use the comb side and comb through some of that hairspray just to loosen up those hairs. I grab the hairs, and I'm gonna go backwards with the curl on the edges. Backwards and backwards. All right, soften them from the hairspray. Take them. Wait, don't burn yourself, guys. I'll be burning myself all the damn time. All right, now for the sideburns, I'm going to soften them out. I curl upward same way. All right, and now for my edges, I'm going to use that same edge control that I used to lay back my natural edges, and then I'm going to put that on top of the baby hairs and slick them into place. So once I get that on there, I just go ahead and style them into place how I would like them to lay. Then I take a little bit of mousse, then I lay that right on top of the baby hair, and that goes ahead and set that product into place. And then I just continue that on for the rest of the baby hairs. Okay, so these are my edges dried down on both sides, and girl, it's giving. Okay, so this is the hair. I parted it right in the middle of my skunk stripe right here, so I may part it a little down like this, and then flip it over so that it can cover over this section right here, because it is a 13x4, but it has like 1-inch sections on the side or 2-inch sections on the side, which isn't really convenient. But yeah, this is the hair. Girl, I'm looking spicy. So where I go from here is, so I'm gonna add some spritz on my hand, and I'm gonna put this back into place right here, get that looking all smooth and nice and whatnot. And what I may or may not do is go in with some pink eyeshadow and fill in this area right here, just to give it a more sleek vibe and less scalp. Okay, So let's do that right here. So this is a palette that I got from my local hair store, and it's been riding with me ever since. So yeah, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna use this brush. I'm gonna start with the lighter pink in the palette first. So I'm gonna take that pink and just tap it into the area. Take the pink, tap it into the area. All right, and then I'm gonna go into the darker pink right here and mix them to these two pinks. And I'm gonna go ahead and tap that in. And boom. All right, looks a little tacky. Spritz it down so I can soften that powder. And then I go ahead and I put it into place. And burr. I'm looking hot, girl. All right, so sorry, I just had something to drink and it's choking me. So I'm gonna do some makeup to go ahead with this look. I'm gonna speed this part up and we're gonna call it a day. By the way, I think I'm gonna keep the hair straight because straight is just a look right now, okay? I might change it up in a couple of days, but the straight is giving so far, so yeah. All right, guys, this is the final look. Here is my makeup. I just did something very quick and simple. This is the hair overall, the color mix, and then I just put on a cute little shirt to give it a little bit of spice, you feel me? So yeah, that is hair and makeup as you have seen today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe. Bye bye, babies. Mwah.